Hello, and welcome to our lesson on mortgages and financing. My name is Bruce Parker. I am the broker-owner of RE/MAX Best Realty in Highland Park, New Jersey, and in Old Bridge, New Jersey, and I am the director of the Best School of Real Estate. Today's review class is going to be on mortgages and financing. So sit down and enjoy, and let's get started right away. I hope you can learn more so that you can earn more. Again, Bruce Parker, Best School of Real Estate, 908-202-5738. Thanks. Now, let's get started. So, exactly what is a mortgage? A mortgage is a document that hypothecates an asset as a security for a debt, or pledges an asset as a security for a debt. One of my favorite questions to ask in class is, where do you get a mortgage? Now think about it. Where would you get a mortgage? Well, I hope you got the answer right. The answer is you would get a mortgage in a stationery store, because a mortgage is a piece of paper, just a piece of paper that hypothecates an asset as a security for a debt. Again, that mortgage pledges your asset as a security for a debt. When you ask a lender to lend you $300,000 to buy a house, the primary evidence of the debt is the note, and the security for the debt is the mortgage. And using the mortgage, that piece of paper that has voluntary delivery and acceptance and competent parties, that piece of paper hypothecates your asset as a security for a debt. Easy.
So what is a mortgage? A mortgage is a piece of paper that hypothecates an asset, your home, as a security for the debt. The mortgage itself is made up of clauses and covenants. The typical first clause is an acceleration clause. The acceleration clause states that anything the borrower does to default can cause the loan to accelerate, hence be due all at once instead of over the next 30 years. The second clause is the Alienation Clause. The Alienation Clause states that if the property is sold or changes hands, the entire amount of the mortgage accelerates and the entire amount is due at once. This is also sometimes known as the Due on Sale Clause. The second clause that is often found is the Defeasance Clause. The Defeasance Clause states that once you have repaid a mortgage, the lender no longer has a claim or hypothecation on the property. And quite often, the lender will send to you in the mail a satisfaction piece. Now, the borrower should go and record this satisfaction piece so that they can no longer have an open mortgage of record. The next clause that may be present is a Subordination Clause. A subordination clause is where a senior loan, senior being established by time and date of recording, exchanges its position with the junior loan. The senior, which had been recorded first, agrees to subordinate to the junior and then go into a second position. This is many times used on a construction loan. The next clause that often appears is the covenant to pay taxes, or the promise to pay taxes. This covenant is made because unpaid municipal taxes create a senior lien and automatically jump to first position, even if they're not recorded. Also, unpaid municipal taxes can create a tax lien sale and result in a tax lien certificate that may allow the holder of the certificate to foreclose on the property after the redemption period of 2 years. The next clause that may appear is an insurance clause. Here, the borrower promises to maintain insurance on the home, because after all, the main security for the loan is the value of the home itself, and the lender would want to be made whole again in the event there was some sort of an issue that resulted in an insurance claim. The next clause that may be found on a mortgage document is a good repair clause. Again, here, the borrower agrees to keep the property in good repair. And the reason the borrower needs to keep the property in good repair is, again, the property itself is the security for the loan. And it's in the mortgagee or the lender's best interest to make sure the property is kept in good repair. The next item we want to talk about is a mortgage assignment. The mortgage assignment is when the lender or mortgagee, the originating lender, transfers to a third party the rights and obligations of the loan. Typically it happens a month or two after beginning the loan. You are assigned a new lender. The new lender is called the assignee. An assignment of mortgages often allows mortgages to be sold to Fannie, Freddie, and Ginnie on the secondary market. A mortgage does have two parts. It has the promissory note, which is the promise to repay that's issued by the mortgagor or the borrower, and it has the terms and conditions of the loans, the fee of the loan, and the terms of the debt. The mortgage itself creates a lien on the property and gets recorded at the county clerk's office so it can serve as constructive knowledge and be looked up by the public. A mortgage itself often contains a metes and bounds description of the property, a statement of the debt, the names of the parties, signatures of the parties, and needs to have voluntary delivery and acceptance. Many loans are sold into the secondary market. The secondary market is Fannie, Freddie, and Ginnie, Fannie Mae, Ginnie Mae, and Freddie Mac. The purpose of the secondary market is to assure liquidity. A lender originates a loan, sells it to one of the three Fannie, Freddie, or Ginnie. Fannie, Freddie, or Ginnie then create mortgage-backed securities and sell them to investors on Wall Street. Now sit back and watch this short video on exactly how the secondary market works. And again, if you have any questions, give me a call at 908-202-5738. This is Bruce Parker. Enjoy the little clip.
Thousands of mortgage loans are made to qualified buyers every day. A lender may need to replenish its funds sooner than the borrower can pay back the loan. That's where Fannie Mae comes in. We purchase the loans and give the lender cash in return. These are known as whole loan purchases. Another option? The lender sends us a group of loans and we swap them for mortgage-backed securities. The lender can keep the MBS for its portfolio or sell to investors. This is the process known as securitization, taking a home loan backed by an asset like a house and transforming it into a security. Let's look at how it works. Just like any manufacturing process, raw materials are combined to make something new. In this case, information is gathered by the lender to qualify the buyer of each loan and the information about the loan. All of that data could be considered the raw material. A lot of data. More than 200,000 loans go through Fannie Mae securitization systems every month. The first step of this process is called issuance. It starts right after the loan is delivered to Fannie Mae. Data are validated through a thorough automated process. The mortgage note and other documents are also delivered for review and safekeeping. If everything checks out, the loans continue through the manufacturing process. But if information doesn't match or meet Fannie Mae's selling requirements, we work with the lender to resolve these differences. When these exceptions can't be reconciled, the loans are dropped from the process and returned to the lender. Now, this pool of clean loans goes through even more steps before the MBS can be issued. Remember those whole loans that a lender sells to Fannie Mae for cash? They are now in Fannie Mae's portfolio and can be pulled and pooled to produce new mortgage-backed securities using the same MBS issuance process. Fannie Mae can keep these securities or sell them to investors. We share information at the time any MBS is issued, so investors can understand the risk. But we're not finished yet. Fannie Mae has an ongoing relationship with both the lender and the investor. The lender continues to service the loan, collecting payments from the borrower, and sends principal and interest on to Fannie Mae after keeping a servicing fee. For MBS, Fannie Mae passes that principal and interest through a trust to the investor. Since Fannie Mae guarantees to the investor timely payments of principal and interest, we receive a monthly fee. Finally, as part of the bond administration, the trust agent releases funds to pay investors who own the mortgage-backed securities. Ongoing disclosures for MBS are published monthly, so investors can see the current status of the security. That's how the securitization process works, connecting borrowers, lenders, Fannie Mae, and investors to fund the hundreds of thousands of mortgages needed every month in the U.S.